Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Give you a quick update. Global markets in a bit of a tizzy. Tech sold off overnight. Trump's tariffs continue to worry, and you don't know what's going on the geopolitical front. Put that together, GIFT Nifty suggesting a 110-point downtick to kickstart trade. But Mayuresh Joshi is with us to help us out with how do you approach various stocks. Hi, Mayuresh. Good morning. Hope you had a good Monday. It's going to be a topsy-turvy Tuesday. But help us out with a couple of stocks then. IDFC First Bank, there was a 590 crore fraud that was detected at Haryana. The stock yesterday got absolutely pummeled. The management tried to reassure investors. They had nothing of that. So that stock was under pressure. And UPL, well, they were expected to announce some kind of value unlocking. They announced something. The street clearly was not impressed. They said that the debt issue is not really addressed. And how does it benefit minority shareholders? Those were the questions that the street was asking. Post this fall, any of the two do you like?
No, so I think for IDFC First Bank, I think for any bank for that matter, I think trust becomes a very important factor, and you've probably seen this in the recent past on what has probably happened. IndusInd Bank a few quarters back, Axis Bank in terms of their NPA reporting mechanism, and it took a knock after that. But I think such trust issues obviously create a trust deficit in terms of not just the stakeholders for the bank itself, but investors within the bank themselves. And therefore, I think for the trust factor to come back, what really comes out of the audit that will probably happen, what kind of a regulatory action can one expect, is something to be watched out for. As seen in the past, I think it is an obvious reaction that the stock will go through a consolidation phase till all these things probably get cleared out. And though valuation-wise, I think it now trades around 1.2, 1.3 times forward book, and would become attractive if it falls further as well. I think this is a major issue that the bank and the management has to probably tackle. So I think it might go through a consolidation phase. So I think it's a wait and watch for IDFC First. For UPL, you're absolutely right. I think the restructuring exercise that the management embarked upon and the debt levels probably remain constant, both on a standalone and a consolidated basis as well. Nothing really has changed from a leverage perspective, even after the restructuring is largely done with. Obviously, I think the expectation in terms of the parent probably now having the formulations of business, they're having a very elongated target as far as revenues are concerned. But EBITDA margins still remain in those higher single digits, where the belief of the street is if that probably does not happen, then there might be a case or a chance of a de-rating happening on the core business itself. With the restructuring, what happens to the holding company and the holding company discounts? I think all these questions to be answered. The stock has taken a knock. Obviously, I think from a price damage perspective, a large part of the price damage is done. But like IDFC First, this might also go through a phase of consolidation.
So no recommendation to buy on UPL right now. And when we go through consolidation, does it sell off more if someone owns UPL? What would the advice be?
Morning, Rima. So again, I think it's a perspective, right? I think if you've got a 2-3 year view, I think the model probably is still intact. It's just a question in terms of how the revenue and the cost synergies will play out, as the management has pointed out. If they point out and it happens in terms of reported numbers on a structural basis, and you see that structural improvement happening in the next few quarters, you might slowly and steadily have some element of re-rating happening in the counter. So I think if you have that genuine 2-3 4 year view, those investors can probably hang in. If you're here for a quick trade, I think maybe the stock might just frustrate you a tad bit.
Okay, Mayuresh, we'll leave the conversation here for now.